Ian Kahangara, Director Global Markets and Chief Investment Officer at Faida Investment Bank. I've been having this conversation about investing in global markets. From your perspective, what is it and why is it important?
Okay, I'll explain why global markets, but I'll look at it from what has happened maybe in the previous years. One good example is looking at what you call the currency exposure. We are a Kenyan company. We have majority of our investors being Kenyan, and they'll invest in Kenyan Shilling. Kenyan Shilling, if you look at against the USD, which is one of the major currencies, actually lost by 25% last year. We got to a low on the Kenyan Shilling against the USD of 162 based on the central bank rates by February of 2024. From there, the Kenyan Shilling has gained drastically to 129 as at yesterday, where we closed on central bank rates, 129.18%, 18 against the USD. If you look at that volatility, when the Kenyan Shilling is losing and you are holding the Kenyan Shilling, as much as you are maybe getting gains in Kenyan Shilling, if you are saving and actually waiting to buy a car, by the time you convert that money into USD to buy the car, maybe the rates have moved against you, so even the gain has been diluted. On the flip side, if you are concentrating on the USD, and this is this year, so you had put all your money in USD, believing USD is the stronger currency, then Kenyan Shilling gains, again you lose. So where are you looking at investing in global markets? That is one example on currencies. I'll also say it also happens similarly to stocks. Last year, Kenya, the NSE was one of the worst performing exchanges. Yet by around March again, it was one of the best exchanges in terms of what was happening in Africa. So there are boom and bust times for different, let me call them assets, or different classes of investment vehicles. So why global markets? Global markets is a chance for us to analyze the whole market, look at the opportunities, and ride on the booms and exit on the busts. That's what I would call it. So if we are looking at Kenyan Shilling is gaining, we'll hold the Kenyan Shilling. When we realize maybe things are not so good, we might take measures to protect ourselves from getting too much losses from holding the Kenyan Shilling, as much as we still maybe put part of it there. If we are looking at the stock market, we are going to invest in what we see is working at the moment. But all this is always advised by a committee within the investment space called an investment committee that we have in Faida.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I love that explanation. So the explanation doesn't negate Kenya.
Yes.
It just includes the rest of the world. So
Yes.
you expand beyond our boundaries to not just investing in Kenya, but globally.
Yes. And I wanted to just add something small on that. Why global markets? Majority of the people are reading the newspapers, Business Daily, Daily Nation, and they are seeing all these opportunities and everything that is being talked around the world. The globe has become very small. It has become a village. So people are aware. They are aware NVIDIA shares are going up. They are aware of Tesla and everything. And sometimes, as much as they are aware, they don't have the time to analyze or to get into this market. And they are looking for vehicles that will give them exposure to such. So that is why we are there as global markets, to give them that exposure in a managed, risk-managed environment, while they feel comfortable and we are localizing the access to global markets.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want us to take this then step by step. Now that I have an understanding of what it means to invest in the global markets and I have interest in it, my second thing would therefore be, protection over my finances, my investment. I want to find out, are you then regulated? So as the director of global markets at Faida Investment Bank, what asset vehicle are you using to then penetrate into the global markets?
Okay. We applied for a license, and it's actually called a CIS, Special Fund License. CIS stands for Collective Investment Scheme. So we applied for a Collective Investment Scheme Special Fund License called OAK from last year. We got an objection in November, and actually now we have the full license and started operating by end of February this year.
Okay, so if I go onto the CMA website, Capital Markets Authority, they're the ones who regulate you.
Yes.
If I go under them, I'm going to be able to see that OAK Special Fund is licensed under the CIS. Collective, what does CIS stand for again?
Collective Investment Scheme.
Okay.
Thank you for that question. I want to take you back to a short story of our name change.
Okay.
Because we applied for a special fund under the name KUA. After applying for that special license, which we got, and it's listed under Faida as a collective investment scheme, we realized that as much as we chose KUA, which is Swahili for grow, we realized in one of our ethnic languages, KUA literally stands for dying, and no one wants to join a dying fund. Although in the same ethnic language, it still means to carry. We deliberated within our management and decided to change the name. So the name change just came about 3 weeks ago, and we changed the name to OAK.
Okay.
As we have this short, the name that is on CMA website is actually KUA, Special Fund, but we are looking to update it from the CMA level because an objection was given by CMA on change of name so that it may read OAK. So anytime you see KUA or OAK, just know it's the same vehicle that you have licensed and regulated by the Capital Markets Authority and run under a custody and a trustee.
We're coming to custody and trustee in a bit. But I then want to understand, why is it then called a special
fund?
You use the name special.
Yes.
What is special about it? Explain to somebody.